Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, in our last video we demonstrated a little scroll effect. If you watch those little grey boxes, when they roll up the page you can have a button fade in. Really easy to do, no coding involved. Today we're going to show you another example of this. We've got a button that's going to roll in from the left hand side. There it is right there. And when it gets up to the top it's going to stay there. And again, this is really easy to do, no coding involved. And as you can see, when you scroll back down, it's going to disappear off to the left there again. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder so I can build on the front end. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. And I've got a little row here. I'm simply going to delete the row and start from scratch. So I'm going to delete the little row, green tab for a row. Okay, well let's re-add that little row. Little green button to add a new row. I'm going to use a single column. And I'm going to use a little button module. And for anybody that's interested, the reason my button's red is that's the way I've got them set up in my theme customizer as default. But of course you can go into your design and customize it how you want, and I'll show you in just a second for anybody that doesn't know. Put in your title here. Obviously. Roll on down. Where you want to take your clients when they visit this button or click this button, just put your link in here. Always best practice, if you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're linking off site to somebody else's, put it in a new tab so yours stays open. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to do that button. Let's go over to the design. Now I've got mine aligned in the middle. Should you want to, you can align it left or right, but as we're using a scroll effect, I really want it to stay in the middle there. I'm not going to affect the text itself, but the button, just if you want to do custom styles for your button, go in there, flip the little switch to yes, and you can change the text size, text color, button background. And common to most Divi modules, if you hover over any dark writing, if you want to affect it, if there's an arrow there like there is in this case, you can set a desktop state when your mouse is not on it, and a completely different color or state when your mouse is on it with the hover right there. Okay, only other thing I'll do, they've just introduced the new Font Awesome icon set to the Divi theme, so the icon list has grown by a huge amount. So I want an exclamation or something like that, so let's put in a couple of search terms there. That's fine, that'll do for me. I kind of like to see that icon all the time on my button. You can style your icon here. I'm not going to style it. So because I want it to show all the time, I'm going to flip this to no. Only show icon on hover. No, I want to see it all the time. And there it is right there. Great. Well, I'm going to just go down and just throw a bit of box shadow on there to lift it off of the page. Great. Now let's make the magic happen. And again, like I say, there's no coding involved in this today. It's really easy. So if you go over to your advanced tab in the button here, we'll roll on down, we'll go down to scroll effects, and here we are. Okay, I want it to sort of start off over here and roll into the central position when it gets to about 60% up the page here. So to do that, I want to enable the horizontal motion right here. So click on it, flip the little switch to on, and we've now got a little scale. It's going to start off at +4. Actually, +4 would be over to the right hand side. So I'm going to change that to -4. You can either type it in, increment up or down, however you like. And when it gets to, I think 60% ish, I want it to be 0. And I want it to remain at 0, basically right in the middle all the way. So I'm going to change that to a 0 here also. It's going to trigger from the middle of the element. So when the middle of the element reaches 60% is when things are going to start happening. And there's a sticky position up here, so you can stick it to the top of your page if you want to. I'm not going to do that on the button. I'm actually going to do that on the row itself. But rather than just have it there when they scroll down and see it coming in, I'd like it to sort of fade in when it scrolls across. So we can use the fade like we did in the last video as well as the horizontal scroll, which is the next one. Simply click on that, enable it. And again, I'm going to take this to 60. I want it to be 100% visible at 60%. Anything below that is going to fade in from nothing up to 60%, up to 100% visibility when it gets 60% up the screen, if that makes sense. And I want it to remain at 100% opacity, fully visible all the way up. Okay, well, like I demonstrated earlier, I'd like to sort of have it stick up here when we roll down the site, so if it's visible at all times if they want to click on information. So to do that, I'm going to make it sticky, but I'm not going to do that on the button itself. I'm actually going to do that on the row. You can do it on the button if you want, but for me, row's already got a bit of padding in it, so it'll offset it at the top by the perfect amount for me. So let's save our changes. We'll go up, we'll go into the row, which was the green tab again right here. Going to hit little cog, and again, going to go over to the advanced, or roll on down to scroll effects. And here's sticky position. I want it to stick just below the menu up here when it rolls up. So we'll say stick to top. Don't need any offset because, like I say, it's going to stick up there. The row that it's in's got a little bit of padding, which will put it in the right place. But if yours is not in the right place, just go ahead and give it an offset. As you can see, it's sticking up the top there. And for me, that works perfectly. If you want to offset it, you can take it down a bit by doing that way, or if you want a negative value, take it the other way. Just flip it down or type in a value and you can get it to go up. But mine's good. And common to most settings, if you do something and you don't like it, simply delete it. It will return back to how it was, the default. Okay, I don't want any bottom sticky limit. I can stop it sticking either at the bottom of the section or at the bottom of the page or the body area, but I want mine to stick there when they scroll all the way through the site. So if we've done everything correctly now, we should be good to go. So I'm going to save my changes here. I'm going to go ahead and save the page changes. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And exit the Visual Builder. And we'll roll on down. There's our initial buttons. And here's our button fading in as we scroll up. It's going to stay in the middle. When it gets to the top, it's going to stick there. So there you go, guys. There's a nice little scroll effect for you. And the great things about these scroll effects is they're going to get people's attention. If you're scrolling down a page and that happens, it's going to get your eyeballs on it pretty quick, which is what you want. And that little sticky feature means that it's going to remain in their site at all times. So there you go, guys. There's a little sticky button scroll effect for you. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.